Hello YouTube, this is Dr. Sola coming to you from Abia in Abia State. So I've embarked on a new venture. As you all know, I've been doing the solar business for 11 years and we've come quite a long way in resolving the power issues Nigerians experience. As you know, we've gone from lead-acid batteries to lithium batteries, from dumb systems to very intelligent systems, and now we have systems that run on AI, artificial intelligence. So what's the next evolution for us? Nigerians in the past built homes using mud. In the West, North America in particular, they call them adobe. So adobe, you take mud, you compress it, and then you use it to build. And you see homes that are built with adobe or mud that have been around for hundreds of years, and people still live in them and they maintain them very well. Nigeria, when I was a child, or when we came back to Nigeria in the 1960s, people still lived in mud homes. And one of the characteristics that mud homes had was the ability to maintain constant temperature year round. The houses were relatively cool compared to outside temperature. So you found a home that was anywhere between 2 to 5 degrees cooler than the ambient temperature, and then at night it maintained relatively good comfort. And if you remember those water gourds, the big water pots, we call them udu in Igbo. When you put water inside, it didn't matter how warm the room was, you got water that was as cold as water you could get out of a refrigerator. So what or why or how did we miss our way by adopting technologies or building methods that were not congruent or that didn't match our original history? So I've looked at that, and I recognize the biggest cost when someone gets solar power from me is air conditioning. If I can reduce the cost of cooling a place by 30%, that represents a substantial chunk of change for a customer when they want to deploy a system where air conditioning is a necessity. So let me give you an example. You spend 100 million, right? If I could reduce the 100 million to 70 million because I've reduced what it costs you to cool your house, I've made massive progress. So let's bring it down to even more reasonable numbers, 20 million. That's 6 million less you have to spend. And if you can replicate this across multiple installations, this now begins to become something very exciting. So we've engaged in building a sustainable home. So this is a new big project for me. I'm going to continue to document it. So this is the first video I've done. We are building the bricks using compressed stabilized earth bricks. And they are Lego bricks, or interlocking as Nigerians will call them. They eliminate the need for mortar. They cost a little more to build, but you don't need mortar. You don't need to put cement in between to get them to stick together. You don't need to paint them because they're pretty durable, and the bricks themselves look really good on the outside. So that's my new project. Enjoy the video, and we'll keep updating you. I'm currently in Abia State right now. We're at 6,000 bricks. The rate of manufacturing of the bricks is a little too slow for my liking, so I've paid for another machine, and now I have an additional machine to complement what the vendor that we hired is using, so we can speed the process up. So 6 weeks to 8 weeks from now, we hope to start the foundation, and I'll take you through as we continue to progress. It is two-story building, upstairs and downstairs, 4 bedrooms with living room, dining room, 2 bathrooms downstairs, 3 master bedrooms upstairs and a regular bedroom upstairs, a family room upstairs, and then living room, dining room downstairs with an office, an anteroom, and then an outer area where you can have your kinsfolk come to talk to you without coming inside the house. So this is the mix that comprised of cement, laterite, and sharp sand, right?
Yes.
And it gets compressed. So I'll show you when it gets compressed. And then Remy will explain to you what it is he's doing. Remy is from Hawk. All solid bricks, right?
Yes, sir.
That's your business name?
Yes, sir. Solid bricks.
Right.
Oh my Chicago. Okay.
Bricks made from.
Let's get it right. These are interlocking, stabilized, compressed earth bricks. Stabilized, compressed. Yeah, like Lego bricks. Yes. So what we are doing here is an alternative construction system that helps us to save cost by reducing the need for mortar by up to 70%, or you can even go dry stacking, so no need for mortar at all. And then when it comes to pillars and all that, there is no need for formwork because we can basically stack the bricks this way.
So you can stack the bricks like that?
Like this. And we do it this way. And the hollows, we can fill it with concrete and
iron
rebars inside. Yes. So it keeps going that way, all the way up. And you can go for bigger pillars depending on the design.
You can do bigger pillars based on what the design is.
Whatever we want to work with, we can work with this. Yes. So it serves as a formwork. The pillar goes right in the middle. And we have that all the way to whatever height we are going. And because of the compressive strength of this bricks, which is up to 14 MPa, we have
14
MPa is that's the term they use to qualify the.
I'm trying to figure out what it stands for something. So
yeah.
The compressive
millimeter 14. No, we go beyond that. It has been tested. It has been lab tested. Somebody took my bricks randomly. I didn't even know who the person was, and called me. I was like, "Good job. We tested your work, and it hit 14." You know. So with that, you can carry decking easily because yes, even more.
With 6 MP,
two-story building. So we are 14. We can go as high as you can once the foundation is good enough.
So let's discuss how you're making the mix. So it's a combination of laterite,
and sharp sand.
So what's the mix? So this is
usually this is sharp sand. This is just very fine sharp. It's not the very coarse type. But usually some people go with different formulas. People say 10% sharp sand is good, but it all depends on the stickiness
of the
laterite. If the laterite is very sticky, you need more sharp sand to balance it out. You know, because during production, when the laterite is too sticky, there's always a problem.
I guess what determines if it's sticky is the clay content.
The clay content of the laterite, yes. So that's what we work with. So because of our years of experience, we've been doing this since 2013. We know once we have the material, we know how to balance it to get the best suited results. Because naturally, when there's too much, when the clay is too sticky or has too much clay in it, when this laterite has too much clay in it, then it has a tendency, even after curing, it still has a tendency to expand. Yes, eventually crack, because when it soaks up water, it will, yes, just maybe by 1 or 2 mm. Then when it dries up, it shrinks, and then you now have the walls cracking and all that. But with this mix and with very good percentage ratio of cement, we work with 10% minimum. In some cases, we can even say we are doing 12 because.
So I want you to do the rice husk mix.
Yeah, we can always work with that too.
I'll try and go to Abia State and see if I get it.
Yes, everything is possible.
So you do?
I've worked with fly ash before.
Yeah.
I mixed fly ash
where
with
can we
this.
find it? It's pretty good.
Yes, but it's difficult to find in bulk.
Okay, because
that's the issue.
I like to use that.
Yes, I've done fly ash.
You get incredible bricks with fly ash.
Wonderful
Okay,
bricks.
we'll see if we find it, we'll get it.
Yes, once it's properly
I like us to use it for the outer walls.
It works.
You understand? I like us to use it for the outer walls.
Another thing we could do for the outer walls is we could just make, maybe we could go up to 14% cement. So we'll be doing at the ratio of 80 per bag.
So right now,
we have something wonderful.
Right now, how many
we are on 10%. We are doing 100 per bag.
100 bricks for each bag
of cement. Yes. So at the time of installation, that's where this is the front side of this thing. The mortar required.
Well, there's no mortar.
It doesn't really require mortar, but because people don't believe in that idea of no mortar. Okay, what I do is I tell my clients the bag will lay 500. Okay, a bag, the mortar mix of one bag of cement, the normal mortar mix that they use to lay the regular blocks. For one bag of cement, that will naturally lay by 60, 50 regular blocks, will lay up to 1,000 of this. But because people find it hard to believe, I tell them 500. But when we do 500, you won't even see the mortar when we work with it. Because what we do is, there is how we mix our mortar. You know, we add a little bit of glue in it. So you have a wall that is impenetrable by insects. Works
this is
like magic.
So come and
yes.
Come and tell us a little bit more about the mix.
So the trick about this compressed earth brick is that it goes way beyond all the articles online. I've read over 50. I've practicalized many instances, many experiments, and I realized that the soils that you get at every given time is different. So you can't really go with what is written in the books. You will eventually get it wrong because you can't make soil A the way you make soil B. So I think that's yes. Even sometimes in the same quarry you get different soils. What they'll bring out in the morning, by noon it's something different. You know, because the different soil structure, the table, it changes. When you are going deeper, you're probably getting something different from what was on top. Yes.
So you have to water it every day for 7 days.
For minimum of 7 days, yes.
Okay. So you'd water, you're not going to let the rain do it. You'd water it yourself.
No, when it rains, I open it up.
Really?
Yes.
So even
rainwater is not bad.
Even if it's heavy rain?
Yes, though.
It won't spoil it.
No.
It won't erode it.
If I mold brick now, if it should just stay about 30 minutes to 1 hour and it rains, it won't erode it.
Wow.
Yes. That's the work of sharp sand and the cement.
Thank you.
You're welcome, sir.
Hello YouTube, this is Dr. Sola coming to you from Ideal Sustainable Concepts in Umuahia.
Yes.
And this gentleman I have here is Francis. He's one of those returnees. Yeah. He came back to Nigeria 5 years ago. And the reason I'm excited about meeting him is, let me see if I can show you. So you see that red sand there? That makes these bricks. So he'll tell you a little bit about his business. He'll tell you how you can buy the bricks. I'll tell you how you can buy the bricks. And then I'll tell you what the advantages of building with that. So Francis, say hello to everyone.
Hello everyone, how are you? My name is Francis. This is the machine that actually does these bricks from the red clay. And the advantage of using bricks, well, it's eco-friendly, it's bulletproof,
fireproof,
fireproof,
termite proof,
and it's awesome. So I would advise most or all Nigerians to
use that.
Patronized bricks because it saves you cost.
So what the one I like is the interlocking ones,
Yeah.
the Lego bricks.
Lego bricks, okay.
So tell us the advantage of the Lego brick.
Yeah, the Lego bricks is also the same as the bricks because it's something you could dismantle from one place to the other. Not like blocks. Blocks you break them, but this you can lose a whole building and take it to the next land. It's just like toys, like, Lego toys. Yeah.
So one of the advantages I like about it is one, you don't need mortar to assemble it. So you just lock
clicks,
one on top of the other.
Correct. By itself.
But for me, the biggest thing is that place where it keeps the house cooler than traditional homes.
It's with bricks. I understand you don't need AC because when it's hot outside, it's cold inside. And when it's cold inside, it's just awesome because in most in UK, most houses are made of bricks.
The older ones.
Yes, so that's why it's lovely, and so I assure you, 100%. It's great.
Give us your phone number.
My number is 090-4313-9730. That's 090-4313-9730.
Tell us the name of your business again.
Ideal Sustainable Concepts Limited, Umuahia.
They're on Umuahia Abba Road, right?
Umuahia Abba Road.
Right before Bakala Junction?
Yeah, yes.
Okay, right before Bakala Junction. So please, patronize them. I want to have a conversation. This is the part that excites me the most. So the equipment you have here is made by a company called Hydroform.
Hydroform, yeah.
Yeah, did you know that Hydroform, initially, that the people who trained them and taught them this technology came from Nigeria?
Yeah.
Okay, they came from Jos sometime in the 70s or 80s.
Yeah.
And now Hydroform is the largest manufacturer of this equipment in Africa. Does it make any sense? We had the technology here in Nigeria.
But it's left in Nigeria.
It's left in Nigeria. And South Africa, most of the homes they build,
are made of bricks.
They build with these. It's amazing. It just blows your mind that we have it here. We don't appreciate it. We send it somewhere else. And then the people who we send it to are coming back and selling it to us. So these are the interlocking type of bricks. So you make different sizes.
Yes, sizes, yeah.
Okay, so you have molds are made.
They're molds, yeah.
Okay.
Molds are there.
So these are the molds right here?
Yes.
So the advantage you have is you can make many bricks at once because you have machines that could do it. So these are your molds too.
Yeah.
And they run on electricity?
Yes, electric.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so you run a generator here?
Yeah,
People should consider solar. I have solar that can run.
Okay, that's
Of course, I live in my number. Francis, thank you very, very much.
Thank you very much.
Is Dr. Solar when you go on YouTube, is Dr. Solar.
That's all right.
So that's where you find this video, okay?
Thank you.
Once again, this is Dr. Solar coming to you from Umuahia in Abia State. So here's a building that was built using it. Those are walls done using the same concept, same technology. And it does not need to be painted. You know, in Nigeria, we always paint. So you could see they used mortar on this one. So these are not the interlockings, but these are mortarless. You don't need mortar, but you can see the gaps are rather large. And now here's a 2-story building. Same. So someone else has done it, and this is in Umuahia, and we're doing it too. Even with some carelessness, you could see with water seepage through that, you could see algae, or you could see what they call it, moss growing there, and yet it's still intact. It's not falling apart. So the people who did this work, you could see this side of the brick is supposed to face up. They didn't do that. That's the reason why you see these gaps here, because they didn't do it properly. I'm sure they were trying to do a pattern. That's why they did that, but it didn't make any sense because it takes away from making it look consistent and smooth. And then these are the lower bricks. You can see they get wet, so they need to be treated. But overall, awesome work. And here you can see. Let me see inside. I'm sure it feels much cooler. Oh yeah, it feels really cool. You don't need air conditioning past it. It feels really cool inside. So these are the things we want to avoid. It's actually comfortable and it smells nice. That's the big thing about this. The air smells nice and clean.